Happy Monday and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. So we were on the radio together. We did a breakfast show. Then we got the sack. So we were like, what the heck are we going to do? So we took off to Mallorca with no money, no idea how we were going to pay for anything, got very drunk and thought, you know what? We're going to start a podcast.
We are now sponsored by Prince Family Law Solicitors, Red Brick Estate Agents, and we're in collaboration with East Midlands Airport. Just very, very quickly, I'm really looking forward to a Wednesday because we're having like I'm going to call it a divorce chat show. That's what I'm going to call it.
Oh, yeah, do you know what? I'd actually forgotten what we were doing then. Yes. So obviously we've got Prince Family Law sponsoring us and we've had quite a few messages from people talking about their experiences.
They've got divorce stories, haven't they? And we've got 3 people coming in and each divorce story. Well, one of them, I'm a bit like, I can't believe I never knew that about the person.
Well, they're all actually very different, aren't they? But juicy. They're good.
They're all coming in.
And what we're going to do as well, we're actually doing the pod a little bit later on Wednesday. So guys, if you're worrying where it is Wednesday morning, it is coming. But we're going to do it a little bit later on so we can have some rosé and really chew the fat, you know? Yes. That's what we're going to do. Looking forward to it. Got a quick message to do. Meant to do this last week actually and it slipped my mind, so here we go. This is from Laurie, who actually I used to go to school with.
Nice. Hello, Laurie.
I used to go to primary school with her and she's a listener to the pod. She's put, oh my God, just listening to the podcast, my new favourite commute listen.
Great.
Thanks, Laurie. And heard you talking about the sports cup at primary school. I totally remember this. I talked about it when we did 7 questions and it was when I won the sports award and that was my proudest moment, guys. Back when I was 9.
Do you think Laura's like, yeah, I should have won that?
Well, no, because Laurie won the academic cup.
Oh, bit competitive are you, Laurie?
Yeah, so the girls did well.
Go on, girls.
The girls beat the boys and she's put Nicholas Westwood was so angry because I won the academic cup.
I love it when you remember people from school and you say that, like Gemma Eastwood. I remember Gemma Eastwood and Eleanor Spears. They were always faster than me.
And why do their names sound so funny as well when you say their second name? Then she's put... honestly, the podcast brings such lovely light relief in between my home visits at work, which are heavy in capital letters. She is like a psychologist.
Oh.
Yeah, therapist. She deals with all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she's put, just need to become a little feral now. Yeah.
Okay, Laurie.
You do.
Great.
Less talk, more do.
Yeah.
I think more action. But you know what, though, in all seriousness, we get a lot of people, don't we, who listen to the pod every single day. Yeah. They message us a lot. But they're not little ferals yet. So what's that all about?
I was listening to Diary of a CEO. He has millions of listeners, like millions. But at the start of every podcast, he literally begs people to subscribe. And I thought, if he's doing it, why aren't we? So please.
You have got to beg and there's no shame in begging.
Do you know what? If you listen every day, you really, really owe it to us. to become a little feral, right?
And also, guys, it's quite rude if you're not a little feral. I would say it's rude. Okay, it's out of order. Also, bills are going up, okay? Because it's the winter time. We're going to have to start putting our heating on. My mortgage is going up, okay? It's going to double in a few months. So basically, if you join as a little feral, that would really help.
I think it's like £3 or I know it's £3 or £3.50 a month. And if you click the link in the description of this pod on Spotify, wherever you're listening, or head to our Instagram, it's all there. It's very easy. I'll tell you in a minute.
Go on, guys, please.
Take a minute.
Please, do it for us.
Like ROMO, what's ROMO?
So this is you, okay?
Oh God, go on.
So I saw this on social media over the weekend and I think this is genius, right? And I thought of you straight away. So, you know, I don't know why it's making me laugh so much. You know, FOMO.
Yes.
Fear of missing out. Okay. And this is obviously, you know, a lot of people get this. You look on social media, you see people doing lovely things and you think, oh God, I should be doing that, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you do get it too much.
Not really.
No. So the new thing now is ROMO, which is relief of missing out, okay?
Thank God I'm not there.
Yes. Basically, if you don't get invited to something, or I don't know, if somebody cancels on you, you feel this absolute sense of relief because it means you don't have to get ready. You don't have to go out. You don't have to drive anywhere or get a taxi somewhere. You can just hunker down for that. And also, guys, hunkering season's coming back.
I know. I'm all up for it. Well, in fact, the other day you were going out, weren't you, to a bar opening and you were like, I'm doing this tonight. I went, all right. And you went, you can come, but I know you won't. I was like, yeah, no. I
literally knew not to even ask Laura. And she wasn't offended that I didn't ask her because there was no way she was going to come. In fact, this was in Sheffield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what happens is, if it, I was going to say, if it's something going on in the evening in Sheffield, there is no way Laura's going.
Absolutely.
But actually, even in the day, she's like, oof, where is it? Chef?
I don't know.
Half an hour away. No.
If it's this side of Chef, I'm all right. If it goes further than Ecky Road, I'm out. I am out.
So basically, for those people that don't live in the area, Sheffield's about half an hour from where we are. And if we have meetings over there, which we do quite a lot, Laura will orchestrate it so that she has the meetings this side. She's like, oh, do you want to get them to come to, Costa on the blah, blah, blah near us? Because she will not go.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
So this is you, ROMO.
Right. Relief of missing out. 100% that's me.
It is, isn't it?
And
I'm
proud of it.
We've got a few things going on this week, haven't we, that we need to talk about.
Well, we've got our divorce chat show Wednesday.
Yep, excited for that.
Thursday, we have a very exciting meeting with Joanne and David, our wine connoisseur.
Now, guys, this is not a daytime meeting, okay? This is an out-of-hours evening meeting.
Yeah.
It's very random, actually, because David, the wine connoisseur, is also an optician. So we're actually having this weird little meeting in his opticians.
I'm going to get my eyes tested. Yeah, I've got a couple of questions for him. I want to know why I go blind.
Yeah. Why does my eye twitch, David?
Yeah, I'm going to ask him all the questions. I wouldn't mind a little quick,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Why not?
I mean, the main reason is, this is like the dream. So David is bringing rosé wine from across the globe to his opticians. We're going to turn up with Joanne and we're going to basically record a pod whilst tasting rosé wine. And David's going to explain to us, but I ain't spitting at all. I do not spit rosé wine.
What if he tells you that you have to get the full effect?
I'll pretend. I'll be like,
of it.
Gulp. Gulp.
We are going to be trolleyed as well, because when you go wine tasting, and you might sometimes only have a little bit, but it's having all the different ones, isn't it? You get trolleyed.
I cannot wait. It's like the dream. Also, Joanne's bringing Debs, his wife.
Yes, now we've not met Debs before, have we?
Yeah.
But Joanne has kind of briefed us.
Yeah.
She sounds a bit of us.
I can't wait to meet her.
Me too. So it's going to be a funny old little meeting, but obviously this is to do with doing our own brand of rosé, which is happening, guys. This is a serious thing, even though we keep laughing our heads off about it.
We are flogging this to anyone. We haven't even got it yet.
Who did we flog it to the other day? And we were like, you'll buy some, won't you? And they went, we'll stock it.
The K's.
The K's.
Yeah,
which we're going to talk about in our mate. Yeah.
So we've got that. And also, we're in the process of getting a meeting with a guy called Steve. Steve, what do we call him?
I think let's call him Steve. Let's go in a bit more familiar.
He's the managing director of East Midlands Airport.
Which, guys, you might be surprised to think that we haven't met Steve, the MD of East Midlands Airport before, but we haven't. We tend to stick with what we know. We stick with Joanne. He's our contact there.
And Amira. Lovely Amira.
But Steve has basically he's requested our presence. He has requested to meet us. So apparently he said to Joanne, why are you keeping these girls all to yourself? When do we get to meet them? What are you up to with them now? Bring them in. But we're not only just going in to meet him. Joanne has said that he wants us to do a full-blown presentation to Steve, the MD.
Well, there's two things. First of all, we're going to do a podcast with Steve. We're going to talk about his job, but also he likes coffee. We can talk about coffee.
Sure.
We'll take him a coffee.
Sure.
And then he was like, it'd be good for you to meet the wider team, the wider managerial team, and maybe do presentation.
Now, first of all, I mean, you know how we feel about this. We get very scared by anything corporate. We get terrified by boardrooms.
Yeah.
And a bit scared of presentations. There was that time we went into that meeting, wasn't there, at Meadowhall?
Yeah.
And he was going to pull down the TV for us to do a presentation. And we were like, we started getting all red and rashy, didn't we? We were like, no, we've got no presentation. We're just here for an informal chat.
Do you know what this is, though? This is like facing our fears full on. This is like going, no, we need to do this. And do you know what? Me and you could rock a presentation.
Do you know what? I actually think
We are presenters. We present, right?
Yes.
We can present ourselves.
Yes.
But I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll obviously get Johan to do the bulk of it.
Well, he can intro us, can't he? Because he always intros us.
Yes.
And actually, he sells us very well.
Yeah.
And we just sit there in awe and watch him go, what lovely things you're saying, Johan.
I think we should do a PowerPoint, but like an interesting PowerPoint.
How is it going to be interesting?
Pop a few swear words in.
What, in front of Steve the MD? No, we can't.
I think we should do a video. They can watch a day in the life of what we do. You know, just make it a bit more interesting.
Okay, so
also,
visuals.
Let's chuck some pale rosé in.
Yeah, that's a given. Well, we did say, didn't we? Any meeting needs pale rosé.
And snacks. Really, really good snacks.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I quite like...
maybe like
pretzels with rosé. I'm addicted to pretzels, the saltiness of them.
Maybe as we walk in, start blaring some music.
A bit like a boxer going into the ring.
Yes, let's choose a walk-in.
Why don't we have dressing goes with our hoods up and walk in like dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's Superman.
Yeah, well, maybe, no. What's the Rocky music?
It's the eye of
the tiger.
No, we're not rock. We want a bit of like Drake or a bit of something like that.
Gigs.
Absolutely not. It's just reminded me. Let me just write something down. Yeah, so we're going to do a presentation, and it's going to be the best presentation they have ever seen in their lives.
It's going to blow their little airport socks off.
It is.
It's going to stop planes in the sky. It's going to be that good. It won't. No, guys, please don't panic. It won't.
Stop painting.
You'll be fine.
They're going to want us back to do more presentations, and we're going to be like, no.
Are we going to introduce ourselves as Johan calls us to the rest of the team? He calls us creative consultants, director. No, what is it? Oh,
yes, we are directors. We are content creative consultants.
Yeah, I like that.
AKA Laura and Becky.
So
AKA.
watch this space. This presentation, we're going to be working on it for the next few weeks, aren't we? So we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, any tips, guys? If you do a presentation, let us know. Also, well, not tips, things you don't like, icebreakers. Yes. Who likes an icebreaker? Not me.
Yeah. I don't like it when they go, let's play a game.
Nah.
Oh, everybody stand up and say a funny fact about yourself. Yeah. No, it's awkward.
It's like one lie and one truth. Oh, shut up.
Nah. We're going to be the entertainment, not them. It's about us, not Steve.
Right, a couple of things to talk about. What's going on in the world? Unsurprisingly, we have a meeting we're already late for.
Oh, God,
which is
I just messaged him and went, can we do slightly later? Well, okay, we're not going to go too much into this, but obviously everybody's talking about it and it's dominating the news, was the dispatches on Russell Brand on Saturday night.
Yeah.
We both watched it. Mm-hmm. We were texting furiously through it.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? And
I don't think we should say anything about it, really.
No, I agree. I just think it's... I don't like this culture of going in on everyone at the moment. A bit like the Philip Schofield thing, and who was it? Hugh Edwards. And I feel a bit uncomfortable. Like,
I'm a bit conflicted and I'm a bit confused about it all. I don't really get it. So...
Anyway, but anyway, that is what's going on.
On to something much nicer is My Mum, Your Dad. Is it My Mum, My Dad? My Mum, Your Dad? I can never remember. Dad. But anyway, mate, you need to start watching this.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it yet. It's because I'm knee deep in celebs go dating. I feel like, can't have 2 reality TV shows. But you know what? Nights are drawing in. Maybe I can.
Well, let me tell you what I love about this show. First of all, Davina, I just love her, and she comes across really well. Secondly, the house they live in is divine, and the garden is amazing.
Where is it?
I don't know.
It's UK, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The wisteria they've got is very impressive. Anyway, what I love is obviously the mums and dads are in the house, but the children are secretly in another house watching everything. So you get both points of view, and it is so heartwarming watching how the kids react to their parents. You know, there's that saying, you're only ever as happy as your saddest child. I actually think it's just true the other way around. You're only ever as happy as your saddest parent, because these kids
Hang on, what? Say that again.
You're only ever as happy as your saddest parent. So if you've got a really unhappy parent that's desperate for love, it
weighs on you.
Yeah. So and some of the stories and then they're watching their parents like go on dates and like have little pecks and kisses. Oh God, it's so good. And also the young people give you a bit of faith, because that group of young people, they're all so nice. And
that's
it
good to
makes you
hear.
think that they obviously want their parents to be happy because they're nice kids. They wouldn't go on Love Island, that group of kids. They're just nice, wholesome people.
Good stock.
That just want their parents to be happy. And mate, I tell you what, people are like, where are all the nice single people? Well, they're in that house.
How's he getting on? The really good looking.
He's okay. He's a little bit shy. They've shoved some more in though. One guy arrived yesterday, 6'5", lived in Ibiza, 18-year-old son. Yeah. Oof. All the women were like, hello, mate. It's such an interesting watch.
I've got a free night tonight. I might bang it on this evening.
Yeah, it's good. You'll like it. You'll like it. Right, Friday night,
mate.
Oh dear.
We had a cracking night actually on Friday night, didn't we? Guys, we went out, okay? No, we went out but in. So we went to somebody's house. So we actually stayed in, but we went out.
We had to get a train there. And that was fine actually. That was fine. Busy though. Bloody hell, busy. Jesus
it was
Christ.
The funniest thing when we got to the train station. It was kind of like rush hour, I guess, wasn't it? Because it was like 6 o'clock-ish. Obviously, people are commuting. Laura was like, where are all these people going? God, what's going on? Why is it so busy?
Also, how is it fair that you pay so much money for a train ticket and you don't get a seat?
Honestly,
I can't.
That is a separate rant.
I can't. It's so expensive. Why is it more expensive to get on a train to go to London than it is to fly to Mallorca?
Honestly.
I don't understand it.
But also, they're trying to get people to go on public transport. This ain't the way to make people go on public transport.
Why are trains so expensive? Someone explain to me why trains are so expensive. I don't understand.
I think someone's getting very rich somewhere. I think we're being robbed.
Very annoying. Anyway. So we got there and it was the lovely Kay family. So we met Peter Kay.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Paul, not Peter, Paul. He used to be the manager of the air traffic control at East Midlands. And as soon as we met Paul, much like Joanne, we just instantly loved him.
We just clicked and it sort of felt like, oh no, you'll hate that if I say that.
Go on, say it.
I can't.
It's meant to be?
Well, yes.
What were you going to say?
He's like the dad that we never had.
Oh, he will.
I know, because
I didn't say that, by the way, Paul.
Something on Friday. He said something about a dad. He went, I thought, they can't say that about me.
No, he's like a fun
dad
friend. No.
Sorry, but he is a dad.
Well, you're a mum.
Yeah.
Well, do you want him to call you a fun mum?
I wouldn't mind.
Well,
I wouldn't take offence to that.
I don't think... He is a great dad, though, because he's got
a great dad.
Family. I mean, right, first, so he's just great. We love him. And then, obviously, we met his son, Adam, who works at Twycross Zoo. Again, equally as lovely. Like, just divine. A divine human being.
They're kind of like, when you see a family that you want to be part of and you think, there's nothing wrong with them. The dynamics are good. They all seem to get on. They all have a good time. That's what the Kay family are like. So, obviously, since meeting Adam and Paul, we then met his lovely
Hannah.
wife. Oh, yes, sister.
Yes.
Girlfriend.
Yes, Eleanor.
So, and we've just sort of like met the whole family and become basically best mates with them. We are their best mates.
Well, we've elbowed our way into that family and we ain't going anywhere, guys. No. I think family holidays soon. That's what I'm thinking.
I think they want to ask us already, but they're too scared to ask. But I think they want to ask.
Well, what I loved was when we arrived, that the drinks flowed immediately. The Whispering Angel was out and we were like, yep.
But we were presented with a homemade drinks menu. So I put this on my Insta. Loads of people messaged going, where is this bar? I need to go. Where is it?
We're not sharing the Ks with anyone.
No. And I was actually like, this is not a bar, guys. This is somebody's house. So it was a limoncello sort of cocktail menu, wasn't it? Because we love limoncello. Yeah. And there were 4 different types on there. Yeah. And we were like, this is incredible.
Yeah, lovely nibbles. And they took us outside and we sat out till it got dark. And then we went inside and we sat and had food. And then we went into the lounge/bar area.
That was nice.
And played a quiz, Planes or Trains.
Which Paul had.
Which, by the way, was really good.
He came out with a little black notebook, didn't he, and a pen. I loved the way he brought that. I went, right, girls, I've been working on this today. Yeah. So, and then he literally got it out and was reading Plane or Train. And it was so fun. I mean, we were all a little bit drunk by this point. So people were sort of, shouting a bit, arguing a bit, disagreeing. But I loved it.
Talking about getting a bit drunk. Right. So, I opted for, so we had probably, I would say 3 glasses of Whispering Angel before we went into the bar area. And then Adam was like, right, what cocktail do you want? I went for the martini limoncello cocktail, which had raspberry and it was divine. You went for the spritzer.
Yeah.
I had 2 of those martini cocktails, right? And they were very strong. They were very strong, but delicious. So I was like, both of them went. And then, I don't know why, but Lisa, when they've got time for some more wine. So Adam panic opened another bottle of Whispering Angel.
Well, we were waiting for a taxi at this point, and it was turning up at any second. But I think Lisa suddenly panicked and thought, hang on, we've got another bottle, quick! Yeah. And she was literally on, and I'm like, Adam, open and pour, open and pour, open and pour. She was going, and I was on the edge of my seat, and we thought the taxi was going to arrive, but wanted to drink the Whispering Angel before we left. It all went a bit crazy for a minute, didn't it?
Yeah, so I downed that Whispering Angel, and it's not like me.
No, well, you don't drink a lot generally, do you?
Not really, no. And limoncello gets me. If I have lemon, it's very strong, isn't it? So I just
it's lovely though.
So anyway, taxi arrived. The taxi was a right debacle. But anyway, taxi arrived. And then once I got in, I nearly knocked down a lamp as I left.
Oh, in fact, hang on. Can we just rewind slightly? Because this is a good story as well. So actually, this was before anyone was drunk, guys. It was earlier on in the evening when we were having sort of nibbles and things and chatting in the kitchen. Paul was talking to us about Concord, and we were all asking like lots of questions and things. Anyway, he'd been on Concord, hadn't he?
No, he hasn't. His friend had.
His friend went on. Anyway, he had some glasses from Concord, right? And he went to the cupboard and proudly got one out and was showing us it. And look, guys, I've got this glass from Concord, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we all had a good old neb at it. And then he went back to put it in the cupboard, and we all just heard a smash. And we all went silent. And we were like, Paul, please don't say that is the Concord glass. And he just went quiet and went, yep.
Oh, I didn't know what to do.
I nearly cried.
I just glazed over and carried on talk. I felt so bad. But he did have 5 more. It's not like it was the only one.
Thank
so
God.
I thought, okay. And he did seem, I'm sure he's gutted, but we did kind of move on very quickly because I thought, oh God.
Yeah, we can't dwell on this because he'll cry.
God.
So that happened. And then, yes, as we were leaving and you were a bit tiddly,
into a lamp.
Laura, I just heard this this almighty crash in the hallway. Laura's walked into a lamp. But first of all, actually, we had like you were saying, sparkle with a taxi. So we were waiting for one, and their house is a bit in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Taxi driver couldn't find us, right? And we were directing him for a good while. Basically, by this point, we then noticed we'd missed our train. We're like, oh, God, we had to cancel it because there was no way we were going to make it. It was his fault. He couldn't find us.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we were like, there was one more train, wasn't there? An hour later, we were like, we have to get this train because that is the last one. But then the K's started going, just stay, girls. Stay over.
Sofa bed.
Stay on the sofa. And we were like, we can't. We've not got any pajamas. We can't stay naked at the K's house. That's really inappropriate. And I had no glasses or contact lenses. So anyway, we were like, we have to get this next one. So we went again for the taxi. Same blooming taxi driver, wasn't it?
Was it the same one?
I think so. Oh, yeah, and then he kept cancelling it, didn't he? I think so. We cancelled the first one. He kept cancelling the next one. Yeah. Do you not remember this?
I don't remember that at all.
Yes, you kept having to go back on, and then he eventually came and got us.
Oh God.
And we made the last train.
Yeah, I mean there was that taxi stank. Oh my God, we got in the taxi. We were like, ooh. And then I was in the taxi, I was like, oh my God, I need the toilet. And you know when I hadn't been to the toilet all night, I did not go to the toilet.
Did you not?
No. So I had all that alcohol rolling around in my bladder, and I got to the train station. And by the way,
can we just say 20-minute train journey as well? Taxi journey. Yeah. So you were bursting the whole way. I'm going to wee myself.
I thought I was going to wee myself. So we got to East Midlands Parkway, which, by the way, is the weirdest train station I've ever been to.
It is a funny little place. It's one of those places that you almost feel like you're going to get murdered.
It's obviously for the airport, but you still have to. You can't. It's not at the airport.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's a bit odd.
So we got there and I was like, there's no toilets. You couldn't get into the actual train station bit. So I had a wild wee.
But Laura had to run across like a dual carriageway to get to the bushes, right? And she had her croissant handbag with her. I've never seen it swinging around so much. She was wild running across this dual carriageway. She was commentating to me. I was still over the other side. Oh, she was commentating, telling me what was going on. Mate, I found a book. Can you see me? Can anybody see me? Okay. I'm weeing. I was like,
oh my God. I literally, and I was in long grass, right? Nestled myself like a little pelican. Do they do that? I don't know. In long grass. And that is when I realised how drunk I was, because my balance was really off. At one point I had to grab some long grass to stop myself from falling backwards. And I thought, I am weeing all over my jeans. This is gross. But you know what? I didn't care at that point because I just needed the toilet so much. Anyway, I didn't wee over my jeans, but There was, to get into the actual train station, you had to like scan your ticket.
Yeah.
Didn't you? There's like this thing you had to go. So I was there for ages going, it's not working.
Well, it wasn't. We were trying both of our tickets. Nothing was working. It was deserted. There was no one around. Everything was shut. We were like, we've got here and we're going to miss the last train.
Stuck there. Yeah. Anyway, these two women, by the way, where the hell did they appear from?
I don't know.
And they just went, girls, there's a gate open on the side. And literally 3 metres away, there was just this open gate that took you straight to the platform. We were like, okay.
I mean, the thought didn't enter our head to just go and see if there was another door anywhere. We were like, this is the only way in. So in we pootled.
Yeah.
And there was barely anyone around on the platform. One man. Yeah. Well, another one joined later. And it was a little bit eerie, wasn't it?
It was a little bit.
And those big towers were next to us. We could just see these big old towers with smoke coming out of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all very odd.
We made it back. And then my daughter picked us up.
Hang on the train first, right? So Laura doesn't stay out late. Well, I don't really, but I can be persuaded to go back. You're a bit more like, no, not doing it. We're on the train on the way home. She's tiddly. She's had a wee, so she's coming back to life. She went, hey, mate, why don't we go out when we get back to Chesterfield? And the second you said it, I thought, this is never going to happen, but I'm going to go along with it. And you started getting your makeup out of your bag and doing it. You went, yep. You went, we're without boyfriends, we're without husbands. Let's make the most of it. And I was like, yep, okay. So literally you got yourself all ready. You popped a little chewing gum in. You were like geared up. And then we got off the other end. And I'm like, we going out? You went, nah.
No. Grace is picking us up.
Oh, that was funny as well. So we walked to where your daughter works. She just finished her shift. And bless her heart, she must have been so embarrassed with us. We were literally, we turned into a couple of drunk mums. We were the epitome of drunk mums, weren't we?
Get in the car, first of all. She had, what's his face with her? I don't know, worked with her.
Giving him a lift
He
home.
must have been sat there like, oh my God. I started having a go at them because they were playing Beyonce and I was like, this was our era.
I could see them both looking at each other in the front of the like, oh, here we go. Mum's had a drink. And then we were like, can you put this on? We were asking for a playlist and we were like singing along. But we started dancing like mums in the back. I was very aware. And you, oh my God, actually, you started doing this. Woo! Woo! And that's the point where I thought, what's happened to us? We used to be cool. What has happened to us?
Anymore. It was awful. After we dropped you off, I got in the front. She goes like, you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I thought, I'm bloody not. I am seeing 3 of her. I don't know where we were. I was like, oh, I need to get home. I literally just walked in. She went, have some water and go upstairs. I was like, okay. So I literally just walked upstairs and stripped off as I got up the stairs, fell into bed. My husband dared to put a hand on me. I went, no, don't even try it. He was like, okay. And I just passed out.
What a cracking night, though. That is our night out for a while, though, guys. You will not see us out for a while.
I can't. I'm not drunk since that night, and I don't think I'm going to. Well, maybe tomorrow night, actually.
Yeah, well, Wednesday night, so we're having rosé with the divorce girls. Aren't we going to have to drink then?
And Thursday night, we're going rosé. Oh, God.
Yes, it's going to be a big week. But, I mean, really, it is hunkering down season. It's taken a bit of a turn this week, hasn't it? So we ain't going to be going out anymore, guys.
When are we next going to the K's? Didn't we organise something? What was the next thing? What was the next shindig?
Do you know what? I can't remember.
Oh, I think they're coming to our Christmas light switch on.
They are. Lovely. So, guys, thank you for a lovely night.
Oh, it was so nice.
It was. We need to go because we are very late for a meeting once again. So, guys, we'll be back tomorrow.